Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribing, all of these things do help out the channel and are very much appreciated. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Skybridge Capital founder, his name is Anthony Scaramucci, is reportedly devoting nearly half of his firm's $3.5 billion worth of assets under management to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Algorand, and also cryptid-related stocks. Scaramucci said in a new interview with Bloomberg that Skybridge Capital has adapted and repositioned during the last 2 years, noting that the firm hopes to eventually evolve into a leading crypto asset manager and advisor. He said, if you just look at the 10 years of GDP growth, it's roughly around 1.6%, which is well below trend. I'm not saying that inflation is forever, but if you're going to have high inflation at least temporarily, which I would define as 18 to 36 months, you've got to put yourself in the position to be in the very high growth orientated places, or orientated. For us, he said, we think the cryptocurrency market represents tremendous growth. It comes with volatility, certainly, but I think other than the 3 to 5 years, we'd like that trajectory. Scaramucci acknowledged that devoting a high percentage of the firm's capital to crypto is a risky strategy. He said, I want to be a Swiss Army knife in markets. I want to be adaptable. I want to look at where markets are and not the way they once were or the way I would like them to be. And I want to adapt our business, but we are aware of our risks in our approach. He spoke about a couple of other coins that he thought were really cool. He said he's got $250 million in Algorand right now. He said, I think Algorand will be the Google. Algorand to me is the future. I'm just going to require more and more people. It's going to require more and more people doing deep dive due diligence and making the decision to choose it. So I don't even know where to. There were a couple of coins that launched 2 or 3 years ago, and I called them personally corporation coins. It was Tezos, it was Algorand, and a couple of other ones who got like really weird backing and were all listed on the major cryptocurrency exchanges like the day they launched, when there was no real crazy hype around a lot of these coins. I have a feeling I don't know, this is supposing, he had his hand in some cookie jar that had to do with Algorand. He bought up a huge amount of it. I don't think anyone thinks that Algorand will be the Google. Like, no. I would dare say Ethereum is close enough. I would even say like maybe Solana. And maybe Cardano can be like the Yahoo Finance. I don't think anyone, if you, somebody out there thinks that Algorand will be the Google of the cryptocurrency space, because Google is not a small company. Google is like it. Google kind of runs everything. So yeah. Anyway, the news is there's a really weird like doubling down kind of thing going on where Novogratz came out and said something. What's the other guy? Raoul Pal. All these very rich people are coming out basically rediscussing how bullish they are on the cryptocurrency space. What is that beneath my computer? Okay, there was a magnet on the bottom of my computer. Why did that happen? Anyway, so yeah. I think he said, earlier this year, he predicted that Bitcoin will reach $500,000. And I think it mentioned somewhere how much money he plans on putting into it, or I guess half of the $3.5 billion into Bitcoin, Ether, and Algorand. I don't know so much about Algorand, but cool. Rich people still out there buying crypto. Already. Let's move on. Also in the news, from an official post, Cardano developer Input Output Global confirmed the approval and implementation of a proposal to increase the network's block size. Currently standing at 80 kilobytes, the mainnet will see a 10% increase to 88 kilobytes. set to roll out. Okay, it rolled out on the 25th of April, therefore news I missed. At the boundary of Epoch 335, as confirmed by the company, IOG called the proposal a significant network enhancement set to increase Cardano's throughput and the performance of its decentralized applications. As the company reiterated, Cardano has been experiencing a number of network upgrades that will allow it to improve its scalability capabilities in 2022. As the block size increases, IOG added they will keep a close eye on it for future changes. This didn't even make popular news. Like, there was, I think I found 2 websites that actually spoke about this. Maybe it's the constant Cardano updates. I'm not really sure. We used to have a time period in the long ago where, if Cardano whispered lightly, upgrade, every single news website would be talking about it. I guess maybe because we have staking and that was kind of like the biggest thing that everybody was waiting for. But a 10% increase in their transaction throughput is absolutely incredible. This was a big debate in 2017 between many other blockchains as if this was possible, if it was applicable, did people even want this? So sure. I mean, I don't mind the constant Cardano upgrades as far as coins keep talking about that they're going to do stuff. So why not just kind of do it? And Cardano consistently has been doing it. It's just a matter of them, at this point at least, getting back to their previous all-time highs. Yeah, that's the Cardano news, or the Cardano upgrade news. And yeah. And also apparently they have another upgrade coming in June, so go for it. Let's move on. Also in news, Bahamas leader Capital Union Bank has engaged blockchain data platform Chainalysis to assist in rolling out crypto services. The move comes shortly after the island state adopted crypto-friendly legislation to attract more investments. Chainalysis will be helping the bank with risk management and regulatory compliance as it begins offering crypto trading and custody services to its customers. Chainalysis will provide the Capital Union Bank with KYC and reactor features. Okay. The blockchain data platform KYT feature, Know Your Transaction feature, is capable of monitoring real-time transactions of digital assets, which eventually detect high-risk activity patterns, like people using their own money, while reactor function will help the bank to investigate a suspicious activity amid the trade. I'm going to back it up here. I feel like, now here's, if you want to do something bad, you're probably going to do it. Everyone still with me? I feel like anyone looking to potentially move hundreds of millions of whatever, not on a legal basis, would probably have checked to see if this bank is using some type of Chainalysis service and probably wouldn't use them. You get what I'm saying? There's such a weird stretch constantly to make sure by all these banks and institutions who are trying to get into crypto that money's not moving anywhere illicit, that so-and-so isn't happening, that nothing bad is taking place. I feel like the bad guys probably already know that you have all this implementation and simply would just use the normal blockchain. No one's understanding. Okay, I'm sure some of you got it, but it's like we keep hearing this over and over. What's the thing we heard about like a day or two ago? Some other country was like, yeah, we're going to have tons of KYC and AML, and is like, anybody who wants to do something on the fringe would just not use your services at all. That's why it's called a fringe. So cool-esque. It's nice to see that more crypto services will be rolled out to people, but once again under the same umbrella that we've kind of been under since the 1920s, but progress and all that. Anyway, that's the Chainalysis is working with a Bahamas bank called Capital Union Bank. Fantastic. Alrighty. Let's move on. Now, here's your stupid news for today. This website is also formatted very weirdly, so some of the words get cut off. I don't know why they stretch this website so much, but alas, here we are. Malaysian police have reportedly seized and destroyed 1,773 Bitcoin ASIC miners in a major electricity theft crackdown, according to a local report from that news outlet. Can any of you tell me why this is part of stupid news? And destroyed 1,773 Bitcoin mining machines. Hear me out here. I feel like some other administrative office somewhere in the country could have made use of that computing power or the computers. I feel like 1,773 pieces of Bitcoin mining equipment probably aren't that cheap. Imagine if they had sold them for even half the price and had used that to fix a bridge somewhere or some type of infrastructure or something else. The aforementioned equipment had been seized in a special operation with the TNB and the country's main electric utility company. Acting on a tip, sure, local police carried out 38 raids in 21 locations across the Kota Sitar district to investigate electric power theft, electric meter tampering, and other levels of damage inflicted on electricity supply lines. Apart from mining machines, the authorities also disposed of 14 units of modems in 37 desktops. I'm going to bet you right now, and I'm going to win this bet, there are at least 37 people in Malaysia who would have loved to have had a free desktop. It takes about a good hour for someone to wipe it of all the former stuff that was on it. Imagine you giving people in your country, students who need it, 37 free desktops. So the news is, here's the actual website where this news is from. And I can't stand these weird propaganda photos because they're always the same. You can find them. Like, they've been out since, 2013. This became kind of the thing to do, where it's just like cops standing around like mining equipment, and it's like, that's the best photo you could do. And they threw out and destroyed all of this equipment. So welcome to the stupid news of the day, the year. I don't really know. That's the Malaysian police destroyed tons of Bitcoin machines because, there's not much else to do in the world. You don't want to help your citizens. That just sounds stupid. Alrighty, let's move on. And to finish things off, sorry for screaming, Horacio Larreta, the head of the government of Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, confirmed that the city will allow its citizens to pay some taxes with crypto. This is part of a digitization plan that the city has named Buenos Aires Plus, that seeks to simplify the relationship the city has with its citizens. That sounds complicated if the best thing you can think of is to make sure that they can pay extra taxes, but in crypto. The government of Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, is planning to allow its citizens to pay some taxes with crypto, according to local media. The announcement was made by Horacio Rodriguez Larreta, head of the government, on a recent Zoom call. Fun. This initiative is part of a digitization plan the city is pushing to execute and broaden. What? This initiative is part of a digitization push the city is planning. There we go. To execute, to broaden the access of citizens to documents and government services. Okay, it wasn't just me. That's worded very weirdly, right? Like, I feel like you would not have... It's kind of verbose. This plan, called Buenos Aires Plus, seeks to simplify and streamline the link with citizens and the city. Okay, on the importance of blockchain for the digitization push that seeks to automate 70% of formalities during its first year of implementation. I'm not reading all that. That's pointless. The point is, cool. Yeah. A lot of these things are kind of pointless. I don't think many people, again, are going to be like Oh my, what? I can pay my taxes in the cryptocurrencies that I've been accumulating for the last 3 years? That sounds like a bargain. We've gone over this with companies and institutions and banks as well. This feels like a concerted effort by the government to accumulate cryptocurrencies for themselves. The news is coming out a bit too back to back. Every day for the last 3 weeks, there's been some type of a, hey, you can pay with crypto over here. You got taxes to pay? Well, we also take Bitcoin. It's a little odd. I assume there's some hyper correlation. This is an assumption, but hyper correlation between this, a government being like, yeah, we are totally okay with cryptocurrencies, spend them over here, and all the other banks giving their price predictions and talking about where they see prices going in 5 years. No, it's a little odd. We know that countries are also actively buying and mining cryptocurrencies. If you haven't seen, you can Google it. Look up, type in how much Bitcoin does the U.S. government own. Prepare to have your mind blown, because a lot of people don't even think that the U.S. government has Bitcoin, and they do. Like, actually officially, like not a tinfoil hat thing. Like, they literally hold tons of Bitcoin. So anyway, cool. I don't think it's going to take off, at least not for the next 15 years. And then by that point, I think it'll be a whole different scenario. So that's the Buenos Aires citizens will be able to pay taxes with crypto. Wow. Innovation at its finest. All right, let's move on. Tired of screaming into the microphone. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. Is that an owl? What is that? What is that in that car? That's a crypto punk? There's a Bored Ape. It's like a little owl there. Alrighty. Talk to you all soon. See you.